talk to the refs. Minute 15. Yep, thanks.
In alphabetical order for 39.
Yeah.
Yes, they're in alphabetical order.
Can you go ahead and start the clock?
Oh, yeah, I was texting you, sorry. Alphabetical backwards, but alphabetical.
Alright, where do we see? They said they wanted to start at 6:30. I don't see any line on.
You want to announce to have the kids line up?
Hey Spencer, what's up?
Not yet.
That's it?
I think he's out on the field somewhere. Hold on just a second. Hey, is Keith here?
He's down there talking to the ref right now.
Okay. He's on the field talking to the referee.
Red jacket.
He's in a red jacket.
Blue ball cap.
Blue ball cap. He's walking towards the sideline right now. Yep.
We asked for a minute and 15 seconds timeouts, so that's what he was talking to the ref about.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah, all right.
TV timeout then.
Yeah, we're popular. So he said no to.
Yeah, not yet.
Alright. There's water in the refrigerator. That's fine.
I know.
Stuff. Oh, tell him that Gabrielle Davis is at the end.
Gabriel, Michael.
Go ahead.
Gabriel Davis will be at the end of the line now.
She's the manager.
She's the manager.
Copy.
He's trying to figure out why. Why is that? Davis D.
Maybe it's because she's the girl. I can put I am something of a whiz at alphabetizing. I can fix it.
You know where
You
Davis
got my,
is?
I've been trying to sing the song every night.
Is it autofill?
Colts are playing well tonight.
What do you mean?
Stop it.
Oh yeah, like I can search for it.
IHSAA,
Oh no, get him in.
Yeah, flash
and the other one's at Sheridan something or other.
What do they call it? Planner's fasciitis. I had it this week. I can barely walk this week. So
I've had that.
I finally got all the stretches in. Man, put different shoes on. I was getting around like crazy.
Is that right for Sheridan?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. It's my foot that I shattered my arm with in high school.
That's right. This doesn't seem like a good choice. You shatter your arm.
Thank you. They go with that?
Yep.
Thank you.
1 minute.
1 minute.
I asked for 1:15. He said 1.
Oh. Okay.
Just
So
You gotta
pitch,
get out-
pitch the spots up
you
like
gotta get out
2%.
fast. You gotta get out fast. And I'll give us a minute.
You
That's
said
better than one other school, so you're gonna be like,
7:05.
I'm just gonna look over.
6:50.
Show me.
Pregame starts at 6.
At what did you say?
HHC. No.
You got a minute? Let's pray. Yes. So Father, Lord, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to serve you. We ask you that you keep us safe and all of our teams safe. This weather would go away if it's in your will. But keep players safe, no injuries, and we just have a great broadcast. So we just ask you, we glorify you in all we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Bye, boys.
Type in
Hi.
heritage.
I'm gonna be at Blue. Perfect.
Is it
What?
heritage athletics?
As a
Yes.
Here?
The other one's at Sheridan something.
Password is,
No comment about my hat or my shirt.
okay, I won't. That's cold.
Yeah. And then at Gridiron Digest.
IHSAA.
That's right. And then IHSAA. Also do at, yeah, that's good.
It never pops up or something.
At IND Sports. IND,
Sports Star.
yes. I think that's good.
I'm gonna save these last.
No, he's doing stats.
Oh,
Hey, this is Jerry Caleb. Jerry Collins. Caleb Collins.
Oh, all right.
Caleb.
Nice to meet you, Caleb.
I never put that video in there. Is there a way to? I didn't put the video in there.
Oh, you can edit, I think.
I'll just copy the tweet and then delete it.
Yeah. Copy it and delete it.
Good evening and welcome to Heritage Christian Football. Tonight, your Heritage Christian Eagles face off against the Sheridan High School Blackhawks. Tonight is also a very special night. It's our senior night for Heritage Football. Our first senior tonight is Ethan Bishop, accompanied by his parents, John and Julie Bishop. Ethan has played football for 12 years. Winning 7-on-7 state tournament at Center Grove before Ethan's junior year is his favorite team memory. Ethan says it was a lot of fun for the team to work together, competing all day to win against larger schools. James chapter 1 verses 2 through 4 is Ethan's favorite Bible passage. Tom Flynn and Ethan's father have influenced him the most. They both taught him to always lean on God in tough times and to continue to grow as a man of faith. Ethan plans to play football and study pre-med in college. Finally, Ethan would like to thank everyone who has made him the young man and football player he is today. Ethan Bishop.
Is it dot or is it
Our next senior is DJ Cobb, son of Taryn Woodford and Dwayne Cobb. DJ has played football for 8 years. DJ's favorite team memories are all the team dinners. DJ says this was a time the team was able to grow closer. Psalm 40, verses 1 through 3, is DJ's favorite Bible passage. DJ's dad has influenced his life the most. DJ is thankful for his dad's encouragement to play sports. In college, DJ plans to study science or music. Finally, he would like to thank his mom for her dedication to transporting him during all his practices and team meetings, and to his dad for always supporting his play. Our third senior tonight is Jake Duran Jr., son of Jake Duran Sr. Jake has played football for 12 years. Jake's favorite team memory is when the bus got stuck on the side of the road his sophomore year. He will also remember all the bonding that took place on the bus rides in general. Jake's favorite Bible verse is Colossians 1:15 through 17. Jake's father has greatly influenced his life because no matter the circumstance, he's been there for Jake and is one that he can always lean on. Jake's dad is his role model. He aspires to be just like his dad when he grows older. In college, Jake plans to study business. Finally, he'd like to thank all the coaches who believed in him and helped him get to where he is today. Jake would like to especially thank his grandparents for being very big and an important part of his life. Without his family, Jake says he has no idea where he'd be right now. Jake expresses his love to them all. Jake Duran Jr. Our next senior is Reese Johnson. Reese is accompanied tonight by his parents, Travis and Jenny Johnson. Reese has played football for 2 years. The first football game Reese ever played is his favorite memory. He says it was a great experience stepping out on the field ready to play. Reese's favorite Bible verse is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Reese says his parents have influenced him the most. During tough times, they stick by his side, encourage him in everything he does on and off the field. Finally, Reese would like to thank his coaches for welcoming him to the team and working extra to help him learn the game. Reese is thankful for the opportunities he's been given. Reese Johnson. Next is Thomas Johnson, son of Kyle and Karen Johnson. Thomas has played football for 12 years. Thomas's favorite team memory is playing on Friday nights with his best friends who have influenced him in many ways. He also loves holding the rock for his teammate Asher. Thomas's favorite Bible verse is Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. Thomas says his dad has influenced him the most. He's taught Thomas toughness and perseverance no matter the situation, and that while life isn't fair, God ultimately has a plan. In college, Thomas plans to play football and study business. Finally, Thomas would like to thank his brothers Jake and Sam, and his sister Kate, his mom and dad, his best friend Tommy, Coach Massey, and all the other teachers and coaches who have been in his life. Thomas thanks everyone for making him who he is today.
I want to mention my name.
Our next senior, Asher King, is the son of Rob and Angie King. Asher has played football for 3 years. Team dinners and the camaraderie they brought are Asher's favorite team members. Asher will always remember Thomas Johnson holding that pigskin. Asher's favorite Bible passage is Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and 29. Asher says his father has most influenced his life. He's taught Asher a lot about kicking and how to be a man. Coach Whitney has also influenced Asher's life. He's always giving the team life lessons greater than football. Asher plans to play football in college, will pursue international business. Finally, Asher would like to thank everyone who has allowed him to play the last 3 years. Athletic trainers Lee and Garrett especially. Asher would also like to thank his parents, coaches, teachers, and friends for helping him get to where he is today. Life is greater than football. Asher King.
Check
Our next McAvoy.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. I'm Jonathan Mathis, giving the audio. Riley Thomason just entered. We good? Excellent. Thanks, bud.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Bob Lovell. Our weekly conversation with Commissioner Bobby Cox from the IHSAA is upon us. Commissioner, last weekend we had the pairing show. The reaction was tremendous, and Paul Condra and I honored, as always, to be able to be a part of it. But this continues another week of very busy activity in high school sports around our state. Just to name a couple: boys tennis finals, unified football, flag football finals at the Colts Complex. We have a lot of things going on this week, plus the last weekend of the regular season in high school football.
Well, yes, Bob, you're correct. And let me begin by thanking you and our friend Paul Condry for a great pairing show. Tremendous response, tremendous viewing. We have tracked through our metrics over 30,000 different devices viewed that pairing show. That's a lot of people watching pairing. So it's created a lot of excitement, a lot of viewing parties that you and Paul talked about during the broadcast, and it creates a lot of really positive energy. But that's one of a lot of things going on.
Right,
You mentioned
right.
it. We've got boys tennis state finals coming up this weekend. Quarterfinal rounds on Friday at Center Grove and Carmel. Semifinals and finals the next day on Saturday at North Central, our traditional host. And then our inaugural Unified Flag Football State Championship being hosted at the Indiana Farm Bureau Football Center. Most people know that as the Colts Complex on West 56th Street in Indianapolis. Tippecanoe Valley is going to play Noblesville, and Ben Davis is going to play Bedford North Lawrence at 4 o'clock, simultaneous games side by side, and then a championship game 30 minutes after that. So I'm extremely excited about the opportunity for these youngsters to play for a championship on Saturday, and thanks go out to the Colts and all their accommodations in taking this first state championship into their facility, and I think it's just going to be a really wonderful afternoon of flag football for our member schools.
Thanks so much for the kind words. I know Paul and I appreciate it. It's fun for us. We've done it for a long time, and I think not because of us, but I think the broadcast gets better and better because of the interactivity involved in social media and the viewing parties, and this truly is an event for the kids. And so I appreciate those kind words. Let me just continue to talk about the busyness. You have soccer championships. You have, this is one of those busy times for you.
Very busy. We are at the regional level of boys and girls cross country, 16 sites around the state. We are at the regional level of boys and girls soccer, and 16 sites around the state on both genders as well. The volleyball sectionals are starting this week.
Wow.
And we'll have 64 volleyball championships Saturday afternoon and evening. And then we're still playing high school football. We got week 9, the last week of the season before we get into the tournament. Now everybody knows who they're going to play in the tournament, but that 9th game will determine a lot of conference championships. It'll determine a lot of points toward all sport trophies in conferences. So it's a very important week in high school sports in our state.
And it really is, for those reasons you illuminated on. And also, it seems that we're going to finally, after 8 weeks of football, have football weather this weekend.
We are, and, that's okay. When it's October and it's 80 degrees, it just doesn't feel right. And now we're going to have some 50-degree weather. I think the rain's going to blow through here in the middle of the week, and I think we're going to have some dry weather for the weekend. And so we encourage all our patrons to come out and watch these championships, whatever sport they want to support. We've got something going on in every sport, so we hope everybody will come out and support our young people and have a great weekend of high school sports.
I know you're probably above this, but did you send some of the metrics about the viewing of the pairings show to some of your colleagues around the country?
I haven't done that yet. We'll meet in the winter again, and you and I will talk about that moving forward. We'll have our winter meeting in January, and we'll have some conversation about what every state association is doing with respect to broadcasting, internet programming, radio, and the like. And so we'll have that conversation, but my colleagues don't like to hear those metrics that we have, and they want to know what we're doing. And I tell them we've got great people, we've got a great platform, and we've got great high school fans in our state. And you put that all together, and we've got a lot of interest.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox, in our weekly conversation about all things high school sports in Indiana. Commissioner, as always, thanks for being with me. Thanks again for the kind words, and have a great week.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us on our pregame show. Lee Lonzo is with us. He is the director of Champions Together. And Lee, state finals this week as the Unified Flag Football Championships head to the Colts Complex tomorrow. About this time, we might have a state champion.
Yeah, we're really excited, Coach. This is the culmination of actually 2 years of preparation trying to get Unified Flag Football up and going. We've got 4 really good teams coming in out of the 25 that started the season, and it's just going to be a great day. We're really excited.
Did some stats today. They all 4 team averages about 30 points a game, so this should be a very high-scoring event.
Yeah, well, you'd think so, but I also thought that of one of the games I saw last week, Knowlesville versus Carroll, which is two of the best teams in the state. I thought that was going to be, just really high scoring, but they played good defense too. So, the same thing can happen in regular football when the defense steps up. So I just know they're going to be competitive, and you're going to see some really great athletes out there if you come out and watch.
If people aren't familiar with Champions Together, explain that to them, and how did it all work out, and what's the future of this Champions Together?
Well, Champions Together is simply the name for the partnership between Special Olympics Indiana and the IHSAA. And it started a little more than 5 years ago with Commissioner Cox challenging some kids, the Student Advisory Committee, to come up with a way to give back to their communities and their schools. He pointed out to them how blessed they were to have this opportunity to play education-based athletics, and he really encouraged them to find a way to give back. So they did a little research, and they came back and said, Commissioner, we'd like to form a partnership with Special Olympics. They love sports. We love sports. And it started with nothing a little more than 5 years ago, and it's just grown exponentially.
And
go ahead.
With the flag football, with 25 teams, we all believe that it will grow. What other sports are there for the Champions Together program?
Well, the program started the very first year. We tried unified track, and just to show you the sort of growth potential, in that first year we had 13 schools compete, and 5 years later we had 90, and this year we're expecting well over 100. So that's the other IHSAA sport. And Special Olympics Indiana is sponsoring 2 high school sports as well, although they designed theirs so they'll be more acceptable for kids in wheelchairs, kids that have both intellectual and physical disabilities, and those are bocce in the fall and bowling in the winter. So right now we've got 4 actual sports, at least one in each season, and our goal is to have 2 in each season.
With you being overseeing this, what is the special thing that you see time after time after time?
Oh, just the friendships, the opportunity for kids who have felt to a large extent separated. One of our athletes recently said, I could sit in a classroom and feel like I was in a different building. I was just different. People ignored me at best, and ridiculed me and bullied me at worst. And now I've got friends on the team. They've become true friends, and they've even become protectors for me. So that's what I see. As
Indiana SRN has broadcast the sectionals, regionals, and now this week the state finals. Thank you very much for your time. We are looking forward to having a great time tomorrow.
Well, we're looking forward to having you there, and thanks for all you did to help promote us this year. It was very much appreciated.
That was Lee Lonzo. We'll be back with your game right after this. You're listening to Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Hello and welcome to the Eagles Nest on the north side of Indianapolis for tonight, Indiana SRN's webcast game of the week. It's a battle between Raptors, the Heritage Christian Eagles, hosting the 1A number 4 Sheridan Blackhawks. Alongside Bill Ludlow, I'm Jonathan Mathis. Sheridan was thumped by Western Boone in week 1, but the Blackhawks have been doing the thumping ever since. They've outrushed their opponents by over 2,200 yards and outscored them 301 to 33. The Eagles are a 24-point home underdog, but Heritage Christian hasn't given up over 200 yards rushing in 4 weeks. If the Eagles want a joyous senior night, they'll need to be stout up front once again. Tonight's game time weather information, well, it's perfect football weather, keyword being football. It's chilly and wet, 41 degrees, and the weather map is solid green until after the game concludes. But it's not expected to rain hard. The wind will shift as the game progresses from the northwest to the west and gusts between 5 and 7 miles an hour, so it won't be much of a factor. And while we're starting at 41, it will only cool off from there, dropping to 37 by the fourth quarter. But no amount of rain, chill, or whatever can dampen this atmosphere, can it, Bill?
No, it cannot, Jonathan. And, this is what football's all about in the state of Indiana. You get the late end of the season. This is the last game of the year before the sectional start next week.
And tonight we have a doozy. Sheridan coming in 7-1, fourth in the state in their conference. Heritage Christian at 4-4, but the Blackhawks have a very venerable head coach, you could say. Bud Wright, his career record is 417 and 193 and 54 years overall. But Bill Ludlow, if you only count his mere 53 years at Sheridan High School, his record is 416 and 190 with 9 state titles. That's good enough for being tied for second all-time.
Yeah, and then you look on the other side for Heritage Christian, and Kyle Ray is in his third year. So you could say, Jonathan, tonight, the legend against the new coach, the newbie coming up through the ranks in the Indiana high school football.
And we got to let's see both coaches earlier. This is the first time you got to see all the years you've been broadcasting. First time you got to meet Bud.
First time.
Bud Wright.
And you know, we talking about Bud Wright, you know, and he's been around for, it seems like, forever. But, you know, what he's done for Indiana high school football has been fantastic, especially up in the town of Sheridan. And, you know, the folks, every time football season comes around, they rally around the legendary coach in Bud Wright. And just the feeling of getting to meet the young man. You know, I'm the young man. He's older than I am. But to meet Bud Wright was just a fantastic joy for me tonight. And, you know, I used to work with a guy that had played a few years with, you know, under Bud Wright up in Sheridan, and just had some fantastic stories about how great of a coach he is.
1980, 1984, 1987, 1988, 1992, 1998, 2005, 2006, 2007, Bill. All those in common, the same guy won the state title.
State title, you know, and it's, you know, he's just, again, just a fantastic guy. And what he does and how he continues to build, you know, the program up there at Sheridan. You know, he just rallies them around, you know, everything up there in Sheridan. And, you know, just he kind of reminds me a little bit, and no knock on Bud, but kind of reminds me of maybe a little bit of Popeye a little bit, you know?
He is kind of like Popeye.
You know, he's got, you know, he's just got that look, you know, and like I said, it's no knock on the legendary coach. Love the man to death, and it's great. It's going to be fun to watch his team play tonight, which I've never seen all the years that I've done football.
When you look at this matchup, just as a whole, not only is it between a legendary, maybe the legendary coach, but you have Heritage Christian coming in. They're 2A. They're 4-4. They've had a bell curve. They've had a just identical schedule. They had a win, 2 losses, 2 wins, 2 losses, and a win. So if you look at this matchup just on the surface, what do you see?
Well, you know, I see the you know, the Sheridan wants to come in and probably run the ball, whereas Heritage will probably want to throw the ball. We seen Heritage a couple of weeks ago against Covenant Christian.
It was a great game.
And it was a great game. Came down to Covenant winning that one 12-10. Fantastic game it was. But the guy that Heritage goes to when they do throw the ball is Harrison Eckel. We'll talk about him later. And then for Sheridan, when they run the ball, they want to run it with James Manis. You know, a guy that just has torn up the field this year on, you know, over 1,000 yards rushing.
We'll touch on both of them in a little bit. We're going to step away for a minute, get ready for take a commercial break, and get ready for our national anthem. We'll be back. Sheridan and Heritage Christian tonight on Indiana SRN.
Dennis Bakery!
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to before we go to the national anthem, just want to touch on this matchup once again. A big one getting ready for sectionals, which begin next week. And you have a couple interesting sectionals. Heritage Christian on the surface looks incredibly tough. Their first game is against Eastern Hancock. But in that same sectional 37, Cecina, Triton Central, who we saw, Milan, and Knightstown all have 5 wins or better.
Yeah, so you've got to be, you know, on your A game when you get into the sectional play. You know, we've not only seen Triton Central, we also seen Cecina against
Welcome back, everybody, to Heritage Christian High School. Jonathan Mathis, Bill Ludlow. It's the Blackhawks of Sheridan. It's the Eagles of Heritage Christian. Tonight, a couple players to look out for. There's a bunch, but we're just going to highlight a couple, starting with the visitors from Sheridan. They have an excellent running back, don't they, Bill?
They do. In number 21, James Manis, 8 games, 122 carries, 1,018 yards, an 8.3 average. He's rushed over 100 yards 3 times, and Jonathan, 14 touchdowns on the year.
And something else, he got 523 of those over 1,000 yards came in 2 games. 2 games. He was all over the place at those.
And I believe those 2 games were Seeger and Taylor, I believe.
I believe you're right. And the other player we're going to look at really quickly, one of the best receivers in the state, Harrison Eckel. He's an 8th in catches.
.9 average, 8 TDs. His longest has been 40 yards.
So we're getting ready. We're going to have Sheridan will receive the opening kickoff. Heritage Christian, they will kick it off. Every point after attempt he's tried. He's made 5 of his 6 field goals. He's the one in pink sleeves. Back deep for Sheridan is a player we'll identify when we're able. But either way, King will send it deep. And the ball game is underway, the final game of the year, and Sheridan will field it inside their own 10. Cameron Hovey to the 15, to the 20, and he's down at the 21. And Cameron Hovey, Bill, was the lead rusher for Sheridan in their first 3 weeks of the year. They went to him 51 times for 211 yards, but he got overpowered by Manis.
And then through 8 games, Hovey's carried the ball 117 times for 556 yards, 4.8 average, and 5 touchdowns.
So what you're going to see most likely is Sheridan is a very stout and strong rushing team. That is their first option, their second option, their third option, and even their 5th. The handoff to Hovey, I believe. He gets it to the 25-yard line, a gain of 4. A nice little dash for the first play of the game.
They pitched it out to Hovey, and he took it to the left side and found a little seam there and picked up those 4 yards.
So that's Hovey, number 10, normal at tailback. James Manis is the one in the black sleeves and with his hand on the ground. That is him with the ball now. And he accelerates for a first down, still going, running forward, churning those legs, and the senior gets the ball out to the 39. And here's your offensive starters. You already met a couple of them. Drake Delph is the quarterback. We'll talk on him in a little bit. James Manis, the fullback, is the leading rusher. Nick Brunell is the wingback. He's everywhere on the field. Jesse Kolb, the leading receiver. The offensive line is excellent. Devin Mitchum, Charlie Cronin, Carl Whaley, Luke Chesney, and Chris Starks, all seniors but one junior. This carry gets a few. Defensive starters. Sorry, Bill. I stepped over you. But
no,
Aiden Craig, Ethan Salisbury, Eddie Leverage. The main man, though, is linebacker Ethan Lowry.
Yeah, Ethan Lowry on the year, he in 7 games, 55 solo tackles, 29 assists, and 84 tackles for the year.
He also has all 5 of the sacks for the team. This run for Hovey, this one for Manis gets very little. So it brings up 3rd and long for the Blackhawks.
Leverage, number 78, met Mr. Manis and stopped him.
So it'll be 3rd and 6. 2 minutes gone. That is the benefit when you have a rushing team, Bill, is the clock goes quickly. Delph to Manis, looks to the left side and does not get a first down. He gets it across the 45, and that will most likely bring out the punting unit for the Blackhawks.
The stop for Heritage was Jake Duran, was on the stop of Manis. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 2.
And I maybe spoke too soon, Bill. Here is the offense. Kane Spencer is the wide receiver to the top of your screen. Nick Burnell has his hand in the dirt, the wing back on the near 45-yard line. It is to Manis, who has the first down. Good thing they didn't punt, and he was wrestled down by Reed Gehrig across the 50 into Eagle territory.
Well, this drive, Jonathan, started on their own 20-yard line, and they're in to now. Coming up will be their 7th play of this drive, and the clock is almost hitting the 9-minute mark in the first quarter. So you're right, the running game will eat up a lot of the clock.
13 yards already for Manis. Off to a good start on after converting the 4th down. And here he is again, trying the far side. He almost broke away, but there was a big, huge hug from Josh Mitterling to stop him.
Also on there was number 55, DJ Cobb.
Something that I think is interesting we can explore later, but the difference in these two teams is Sheridan, their starters, are very senior-laden. 8 of their starting offense are seniors. 7 of their defense are seniors. Heritage Christian, the opposite. 7 starters are underclassmen or juniors to less, and 7 of the defenders, same thing. So you have a very youthful Eagles team. This is Cameron Hovey getting very little, maybe a yard. But you have a very senior-laden Blackhawks.
And it looks like number 34, Jake Duran, was on the stop. And then Heritage, they honored 10 of their seniors on the football team right before kickoff time.
That's right, senior night here on the north side, and a rainy senior night. But this is, if you have any nostalgic qualities for football, this is the type of atmosphere and weather you like to have for a football game.
Rainy night in Indianapolis, but not a rainy night in Georgia, right?
Not at all. They want it hot and steamy. Here is Delp, and
got a false start.
We'll wait. 3rd and longer. Someone's a little too eager.
So that's not going to sit too well with the legendary coach on the far sidelines as Delph goes over to get the play now from Coach Wright.
So it'll be 3rd and 14. 3rd and 12, excuse me. 7 minutes, about 30 seconds. You see it there on the bottom of your scoreboard. That is Drake Delp trotting in with the play. He very old-fashioned. He goes to Bud Wright, who is in the black and red rain suit, staying next to the down marker at the top of your screen. And he comes back to the huddle, brings in the play. 3rd and 12. This looks like the same. They're looking for Nick Burnell, and we called him the Everywhere Man. It's his nickname, and he has a first down for the Blackhawks.
And that is the first pass in this drive. 8 of the first plays were rushing plays, and the first pass went for a big first down for Sheridan.
A 12-yard game, I believe, and that's what Drake can do. Earlier in the year, in a big 52-0 win over Tri-Central, Delp passed for 210 yards. He can throw it. They don't throw it much, though. On 1st and 10, handoff is to Manis. Out from the fullback spot, and he gets almost another first down. A gain of 8 for James.
And that run, as Manis took that handoff, Jonathan, he went to the right side, cut on the outside of the tackle, was able to cut it back upfield and pick up those 7 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 3. 6.5 to go here in the first. We're blowing by. We have so much material prepared, and we're not going to be able to use any of it.
You know, we'll get it in somewhere.
We'll try. Manis the fullback. That's Hovey the tailback. He breaks one tackle, but is wrapped up again by, who else? Josh Mitterling, who seems to be everywhere this evening.
And he did pick up another first down.
So we'll keep moving the chains.
They move the chains, and the officials say start the clock. The ball's placed on Heritage's 26-yard line.
A little bit of a wing tee backfield, but Manis is able to elude it, but he does. He ping-pongs off of Kyle McAvoy, but the Eagles were able to flock to him to get him down.
McAvoy had him, but he was sorry, but he should have wrapped him up. But McAvoy, Manis was just too strong to get by McAvoy.
25 yards on the ground for Manis so far, and it's him and Hovey. moving along. They got every yard except for the pass to Nick Burnell. Delp will keep it. Now he'll flip it. The run pass option to Burnell, who has a first down, still charging forward at the 10-yard line, down at about the 9.
So
efficient passer for the most part, not a ton of yards. We've seen some prolific quarterbacks, but when they do, Bill, they go deep. Drake Delp averages 21 yards a completion.
And his longest this year, Jonathan, is 70 yards.
That's not bad. Could you throw it that far?
Used to.
I believe it. Oh, man! Look out.
Ethan Lowry.
We have a timeout on the field with 4:44 to go. We're going to step away very briefly, but we will be back here on Indiana SRN's Game of the Week, where you're always.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Welcome back on 2nd and 12. Drake Delp is moving. He's juked out one player to the 5. He stutter stepped another one. He spun around, and I think he might be in.
He did. He's in for the touchdown.
And he's a little shaken up on the play, but they got the points. But if Drake is injured, that's going to be tough for Sheridan. But it is a touchdown, 6-0 in favor of the Blackhawks, and it was a very definitive opening drive by Sheridan.
Yeah, this ball, it's now 4:34 on the play clock, or on the clock, and this drive started at the 11:52 mark, Jonathan. So they chewed up almost the whole first quarter.
And as you see with Drake being attended to, something that is to note with especially single A football teams, Bill, is a lot of players play both directions. And Delp is also the starting cornerback. So it's a two-way. If he's at all hurt and not able to play, that takes away 2 starters, not just one.
So now Delp is walking off.
Here's the replay of the touchdown.
Under with the help of the training staff.
And this was very crafty, one could say.
Fake to Manis, and then he just continued to elude tackler. And then cuts it back up. Might have got a little help from, offensive lineman there and got him across the goal line.
Story of note, we'll get to it in a second, but Cameron Hovey on to kick. Kicking has been a tremendous weakness for the Blackhawks. As you see this just shimmy on through like the Browns from last week. But we'll be back. This is Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Welcome back, everyone. Sheridan leads Heritage Christian 7-0. Jesse Kolb restarts this game. A line drive to an up back for the Eagles. It is shaping up to be a good return to the 44-yard line, maybe the 45. Bill, how did we get to this point?
On the Sheridan drive, started on their own 20 at the 11:52 mark. 15 plays later, at the 4:34 mark, they go in for a touchdown, and Hovey in for the extra point.
So here comes the Heritage Christian offense. It is a high-powered attack led by their quarterback, Sam Asbell, a junior. And we'll show you him in a second with their starters as Heritage Christian, their black jerseys, blue helmets, blue pants. That is Thompson in motion. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep around the outside, and it's a good gain for the Eagles.
Nate Thompson on the carry.
Nate Thompson took that ball, took the handoff from Asbell, cut it around the left side. Like Jonathan said, he came around on the jet sweep and was able to pick up 5 on the play, or well, 6.
As you saw, the Heritage Christian starters, the key note, the running back, Colton Brown, number 25. He is back in the backfield with Asbell. Note on that in a second. This Harrison Eckel needs just a bit outside. But Colton Brown, he is a freshman running back, and he took over the running back duties about mid-season. Heritage Christian doesn't have really a lead rusher, but Brown has been the leading rusher for the last 5 games, and he's played very well.
Yeah, you look at Colton Brown.
Here's the Sheridan defense as we talk about it.
7 games, 59 carries, 256 yards, and 3 TDs.
The Sheridan defense is incredibly stout. They are very strong up front. Their front 7 is one of the better ones in the state. And they'll be challenging the secondary. Here is Colton Brown, and just wrestled down by Jesse Kolb, right short of the first down marker. I don't think he got it, Bill.
You know, the side judge came in, and he was just past the first down marker, but then he went back when they drove Brown back. So he is going to be just a yard shy.
I think they're going to measure.
Measure.
One of the most dramatic moments in all football.
177 yards, 1,196 yards, 13.3 average, 13 TDs, 7 interceptions.
And the great camera work from our cameraman, Riley Thomason. That zoom in, that shows you just how short they are. I think it was about 6 links of the chain. Very short 6 links of the chain. So it's 4th and inches for the Eagles. And this is just like the last drive for Sheridan. They had to go for it on 4th.
Yeah, and, you know, you might as well use, take Asbell, and well, they're not going to do a quarterback sneak because he's in the shotgun.
Now the main player for Heritage Christian is Harrison Eckel at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, they're going to get a first
someone
down.
was a little eager
man.
on the Blackhawks defensive line. That's embarrassing.
That's not going to set well with the legendary coach over there. That will drive a coach crazy because you got your defense up there ready to stop him, but then you get a defensive guy to jump off sides, picks up a first down on Sheridan's 40-yard line.
Eckel at the bottom of your screen. In motion is Johnson. Thomas Johnson on the sweep gets nothing. Jarman Warren was in on the tackle, and I think everybody else on the defensive line. They like those jet sweeps. They don't always work.
On that defensive line, you've got Lucas Chesney, Jamara Warren, and Chris Starks.
Stark.
Five on the defense.
So here is 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. Thompson again in motion. They will not give it to him. The option out to Colton Brown. The Blackhawks are all over him, and it's another big loss for Heritage Christian.
And that's good play by the Sheridan defense because, the players didn't bite on the jet sweep, and their guys, what position they were playing, they stayed home, was able to throw him for a loss.
Well, they got the first down because Sheridan jumped off sides, and they've only been moving backwards ever since. They've lost 6 yards on these last 2 plays. 3rd and 16 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and now 2 minutes left. That's Thompson again in motion, looking for, and he overthrew Harrison Eckel by a mile.
Eckel was running that slant route, Jonathan, and Asbell you're right, just overthrew him. We're not on the same page.
So 4th and very long for Heritage Christian. And it becomes a field position game as Asher King, the senior kicker, with the pink sleeves just off your screen, number 6, will be on to try to kick this one away. And it's a nice kick. Hovey back to return it, and it'll be out of bounds on the near sideline at the 12. So the last drive Sheridan had was a long, long one in time and distance.
So they get the ball back on their own 12. And they'll eat up the rest. I'm thinking they'll eat up the rest of this quarter.
You'd think that. That's really the test of this game is the two extremes. How does Sheridan handle the Heritage Christian passing attack? And then as we saw in the first drive, how does Heritage Christian handle the Sheridan rush? And how does Sheridan handle the Heritage Christian pass? We have a timeout, and we'll be back to discuss that in a minute. On Indiana SRN, we are always in the game.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Trouble sleeping? Feeling anxious? Easily distracted? Or just looking to perform at the top of your game? NeuroGroove can help. NeuroGroove uses advanced neurotechnology that offers training to the brain, enabling it to function at its best. Training is absolutely effortless. You can relax, close your eyes, and even zone out if you want. To set up an appointment or to learn how NeuroGroove can help, call 317-897-9990. Ask about our 20-session guarantee. Have you trained your brain today?
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. I'm Jonathan Mathis. Bill Ludlow's to my left. Producer Jerry's to my right. Heritage Christian trails on the scoreboard. Sheridan scored a touchdown with their quarterback Drake Delp for the first drive. He was a little gimpy that time, as we see James Manis get stuffed behind the line on his first carry of this one. But Drake Delp is back in the game, shaking it off.
And Ethan Lowry got busted through the line there and got Manis for maybe a 2-yard loss. It'll bring 2nd and 12.
So we are, as we were discussing, how Sheridan handles the Heritage Christian pass, and the converse is how does Heritage Christian handle the Sheridan rush. And this is the second test for the Heritage Christian defense, and this is a little out pass to Burnell, who doesn't get many yards. He maybe gained 3 overall. It'll be 3rd and 9.
What you got to do if you're Heritage, and you know what they're bringing, what Sheridan's bringing to the table with the duo of Hovey and Manis, you've got to be able to stay home like Sheridan did on the one defensive drive there and stop them. You got to execute
So here is the 3rd and 8. Delph will keep it. I think he gave it to Manis. That's the creativeness of the option, and he's right at the sticks.
And Sheridan runs a spread option on their offense, and the defense for Heritage, they're running a 3-3 stack.
So
but they don't seem to have an answer for him right now.
Not yet. Manis was able to get all the way, get 8 yards on those play. This will be 1st and 10 with the clock running, and they don't have to. I don't think they'll have to snap it, Bill.
No, they don't. And their teams are going to the sidelines.
And so that will do it for the first quarter. Sheridan, a quickly moving first quarter. They lead Heritage Christian 7-0. And now a feature we started in the last couple of weeks. We got to do it again. We got to visit our wonderful sideline reporter, Keith Myers, who is standing by with a special guest. Keith, take it away.
And tomorrow you play regional.
We do. We're pumped.
You play Taylor, I do believe.
It's at Taylor, Eastern High School.
It's going to be a cold morning.
Last Saturday, I think it was 85 when we were playing, so total contrast.
How's the team playing, and what do you look at this to advance in this and go to the semi-state?
Level, we got one of the best teams we've ever had.
What time is game, and what time? How can people watch you guys play tomorrow?
Come on.
Thank you, fellas. Welcome back. I'm Jonathan, Bill. Get ready for the second quarter. And Sheridan has been, this is only the second series of the game. Heritage Christian's only had it once, and their offense was okay before going backwards. As you see Lowry creeping up, the handoff was to Manis, and I think Lowry was a little too quick.
No, it's a false start on Sheridan.
Interesting.
So that's going to march him back 5 yards on the play.
So we'll try that. We'll try that all over again.
Lowry made that move up towards the line, and the defensive line or the offensive lineman jumped, causing the false start.
So it'll be 1st and 15. The predominantly rushing attack-based offense for Sheridan. You got the tailback is Cameron Hovey, the sophomore. The man in the hand in the dirt was Manis. Delph looking to pass, and it's almost intercepted into the hands of McAvoy and then onto the ground.
That's a nice defensive stand there for McAvoy, as he was right on that receiver coming downfield. Spencer, I believe it was, for Sheridan, almost came up with a pick.
And so it'll be 2nd and 15 after a false start on their very first play, and then the real first play was an incompletion. This handoff to Manis going nowhere. Eddie Leverage on the tackle, the sophomore. While we have a second, taking a peek at the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard, keeping you up to date with games going on around the state. Avon Noblesville tied at 7. North Central leads Ben Davis 14-7. Bedford North Lawrence and Columbus East, big game in the southern part of the state. The Stars lead the Olympians 21-15. Mishawaka leads Penn Up North 14-7. West Lafayette 14. Tipton nothing. Western Boone 6. Lebanon nothing. Delph will pitch it out to Hovey, who gets elbowed out of bounds. Got a decent gain, but it wasn't nearly enough. We would say third and manageable, but it's fourth.
They thought he was going to pass it, but Hovey was able to come around, take the pitch out. I think if he would have cut it back upfield before, I think he had a little seam there, Jonathan, that he could have probably picked up that first down.
That's 35 yards for Cameron Hovey on the game so far. Jesse Kolb, the tight end, plays defense. He also punts. And this one's straight up, a pop-up, infield fly rule, but it will be fielded on the hop at the 50 by Thompson, and he's out across the other 45. I think they'll mark him down there, but if my eyes doth deceive me, I think there's a yellow flag on the 40-yard line, Bill.
Yep.
There is a flag on the field.
It's holding on Heritage Christian.
Heritage Christian called.
Get you every time. Get you every time.
So that'll back Heritage up into their own territory. And they'll take over for their second offensive drive of the game.
So something we saw that first series was Asbell and Eckel were just not on the same page.
Yeah, you got to get back on the same page here. Well, they're going to be on their own 30, not their 40, with 10:54 to go here in the first half.
Asbell's the man in the slot, the long black sleeves and the long black socks. In motions Thompson, they've been doing that all game. Hand off to Colton Brown. He's got a seam up the middle and is close to a first down. Gain of 9 for the freshman.
You're right. He did have that seam up the middle there, and thanks to the guard and the center, Ben Warner, the center, and the guard, DJ Cobb, was able to open up that little seam for him. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
About 10 yards on the game for Brown. He lost a couple. Back into the spread, 2nd and 1. They give it to him. Colton Brown whirls and twirls for a first down all the way up to the 43-yard line.
Cameron Hovey was the one to grab his ankles and bring him down, but not before he picked up that first down.
So this happened. This, again, is just like last drive. They get the first down, and now the question is, can they continue the motion that they've been building up? And only they can answer that. They being Heritage Christian. On 1st and 10, looking for Eckel, some fist fighting, and fist fight is too strong. Hand fighting between the wonderful cornerback for Sheridan, Kane Spencer, and one of the best receivers in the state, Harrison Eckel, incomplete.
He had him if Asbell would have been able to lay it in there. But Spencer was, had him covered like a good old warm blanket on a cold night in Indiana.
Or a cold Friday evening for our poor cameraman who's earning his stripes. The handoff to Colton Brown. The draw has been successful. This time gets about 2 yards, really 1.5.
Colton Brown for Heritage. On the year, got him as 59 carries for 256 yards, 3 TDs. So now if you're Heritage, you got to see if you can connect with Eckel.
Eckel's in the slot at the top. Bishop and Thompson. Thompson's in motion. Thomas Johnson was on the other side, and Brown darts through the middle of the line and has the first down. The pile moves to the 45-yard line, almost the 44.
And they got a timeout to reset the chains, but that when you're bringing Thompson over from the far side in that jet sweep, it's kind of throwing Sheridan for a little loop right now.
So 1st and 10, 8 minutes, 45 to go here in this second quarter. Per usual, Thompson in motion. It will be the jet sweep this time, and he's snuffed out by Jesse Kolb and Jarman Warren.
That time, the execution of the defense of Sheridan was fantastic because they've seen this jet sweep a few times already early in the ball game, and as Thompson came running from his far side over to this side of the field, his defender went right with him, Jesse Kolb.
So Thompson lost 4 yards on that play. Here he is in motion again. Looking for Eckel. There's some contact, and the flag comes flying, and every flag comes flying. There might be some from the stands, too.
Flags on the play. Looks like it
So if it is, that'll pick up a Heritage first down, I believe.
Got bumped by Kane Spencer. Rather obvious. The word from our main referee, Pat Strong, is just as we expected. Pass interference against Kane Spencer and the Sheridan Blackhawks. The chains will move.
On the year, Kane Spencer's had one pick. If he would have played a little bit different, he could have had his second pick.
8 interceptions overall for Sheridan on the year. They've distributed them almost pretty evenly. Silas Devaney, a wonderful freshman, and Cameron Hovey have 2 apiece. And then Drake Delp, Evan Bourdon, another freshman, Nick Brunell, and Spencer, as Bill said, all have 1. First and 10. Colton Brown with running room, jukes outside, cuts back, goes to the boundary. Here's no one in front of him except the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Colton Brown took that handoff, got to the outside, was able to find the seam and find the end zone.
That is Brown's 4th touchdown of the year. And the run game, which has been a little finicky for the Eagles all season long, has looked pretty strong on the legs of the freshman. Asher King will be on to try the extra point to tie this game up. The last extra point was a little dribbler that trickled over the line. We'll see how King does. He has not missed one yet this year. It's up. And it's no good. We'll go to a break. This is Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons, not just a man.
Welcome back, everybody. Sheridan leads 7-6 after Asher King missed an extra point that I thought he would not, and got laughed at by everybody in the press box. We'll restart this game. Asher King does not miss this one, sends it right down the middle of the field. Cameron Hovey will field it at his 10 with a little bit of running room to the far side, cuts it up the middle of the field, looks towards the near sideline, still going and lunging to the 40-yard line, and a flag comes hurling in just off your camera at the bottom.
So now as we wait the call from the officials.
Here's the replay of the touchdown, Bill, and it was a nice run.
Colton Brown just went off the tackle on the right side.
No contest. So a face mask penalty, and Sheridan has excellent field position on the 45. A little breakdown that last drive, Bill, when you had the second.
I had them going 7 plays on that drive, and then the TD run by Brown.
And this is right up the middle. Gain of 2 by Manis.
This ball is starting on Heritage Christian side of the field.
So bring up a 2nd and 8. 27 yards on the ground for Manis so far.
Just a couple of weeks ago, he picked up over 300 yards in a game against Seeger and 4 touchdowns.
And
Mammoth did.
Sheridan overall 440 yards on the ground that game. This is congestion, but Nick Burnell has a lot of running room to the far sideline. To the 30, bulldozes over a man at the 25 and will be marked out at the 23. A strong run by Nick Burnell. If you forget about him, Bill, he's very dangerous.
Nick Burnell is listed as a wing back and a linebacker. He's 6'3", 185 pounds. But when he come around the right side and lowered his head and just ran over defenders, that's a good day for Nick Burnell right there.
So the clock stops because he went out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Sheridan. It will go to Manis. He has a blocker in front of him, but the Eagles responded well in kind, throwing him backwards. Good gain, though. Almost 3 yards.
One tackler missed him, and then he met up with a host of Eagles and threw him back.
So 2nd and 7 for Sheridan. 6.5 to go here in the first half.
And a quick moving first half here, Jonathan.
We've been blowing by.
7-6. Sheridan, 6:23 left in the first half.
So here is 2nd and 7. Delp will flip it to Hovey. It's a screen pass, and Hovey gets to the 15-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Blackhawks.
Jake Doran bringing Hovey down.
We go inside 6 minutes.
So
3rd and 2.
They had a lot of they took care of the first half or first quarter pretty much. And
Delp has the first down, moving towards the 10, marked down at the 11.
And now we're at the 5:40 mark here in the first half. And Sheridan just wants to eat up as much clock as they can and get some more points before the halftime.
So the Blackhawks moving the ball well. 5.5 to go here in the first half. We got a cool halftime show for you. We have privilege of broadcasting the Unified Football sectionals, or not sectionals, semi-state and state titles. We'll be featuring that. If you want to learn more about it, we'll talk about it. Delp will keep it to the far side, cutting back in, looking for touchdown number 2, and he's just short. No, he is. Touchdown, Blackhawks.
So Delp was able to get outside, get some blocking up front, and pick up his 2nd TD run of the evening.
44 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns for the quarterback for the Blackhawks. His final regular season game of the year, and he's cashing in on it. And now Cameron Hovey, who made the first field goal attempt, the extra point attempt, will try this one. Could stretch it to 8. The snap is down, it's up, and it's another line drive. That is good. Somehow he keeps making them. And we'll be back. Indiana SRN, we're always in the game.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
Thanks to Rick McIntyre and McIntyre Imaging for their support of Christian radio and sports. Their service is capturing moments in time and images that provide a record of the celebrations, blessings, and gifts the Lord has given. McIntyre Imaging Products gives their clients a snapshot of life for family and future generations. You may reach Rick and his staff at McIntyre Imaging at www.mcintyreimaging.com.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Sheridan, the visitors, trying to spoil senior night. They lead 14-6, but Heritage Christian moved the ball well last drive, getting their first touchdown of the game. Colton Brown's been very impressive. And here is a worm burner that gets picked up at the 45-yard line, and we'll just stop. Here's the replay of the touchdown.
Drake Delph fakes the handoff, gets outside, avoids one tackler, and just barrels his way into the end zone. That drive was a 6-play drive for the Sheridan Blackhawks, and Hovey was able to connect on the extra point try.
And so Colton Brown, 38 yards so far this game. Very effective last drive. That's Thompson again in motion. He will keep it. The last one went for a loss. This time he ran a long way to get back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much there, Bill.
Now the Sheridan defense was able to step up, and he just got it right back to the original line of scrimmage.
So 2nd and 10 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Trailing by 8. Asbell has not been able to find Harrison Eckel this game. He's looking this time for Eckel, and the ball is tipped away from Eckel. The coverage provided by Nick Burnell.
Burnell was all over him again and timed his jump just right and able to knock that ball away. Nice play there by Nick Burnell.
That will bring up a 3rd and 10. And this is unexpected. We've seen Heritage Christian before. They've been very dominant through the air all season. And Eckel's had great games, but he has just not been on the same page with Asbell at any point this first half.
Well, Burnell's been keeping him covered pretty good.
Here's Colton Brown on the draw, and they're not going to get enough. So 4th and long for Heritage Christian.
So what I think needs to happen, if Asbell and Eckel want to connect, Eckel needs to get some separation from Burnell a little bit, because Burnell, like I said, has been all over him all night long.
Now Hovey will be back to return this punt. Asher King back to kick it. A little to the side, but King gets it away. It was deflected, it seemed like, but it's going to get a tremendous roll for the Eagles all the way to the 15 before being down by Ryan Miller, a sophomore.
3:36 to go in the first half, so we'll see what Sheridan will do with this, Jonathan, if they'll just keep it on the ground. Heavy doses of Hovey and Manis.
Checking in the rushing yardage, Burnell has 21, Delph has 44, Hovey has 40, Manis 27. So we talked up James Manis before the game, and he's not the leading rusher. We talked up Asher King, and he missed an extra point. We talked up Heritage Christian's passing game, and that hasn't necessarily worked, but Sheridan's been moving the ball quite deliberately. This carry doesn't get much for the Blackhawks. Nothing doing for Nick Burnell.
Leading the charge, it looked like, was Harrison Waltz, the defender for Sheridan, or for Heritage Christian.
So 2nd and 10 for the Blackhawks. Quick update from the other games around the Indiana SRN Family Network. Traders Point and Fremont are tied at 0. And that was a very quick update because Sheridan, they can't get anything going now in this drive. They couldn't stop. They couldn't be stopped on the first two, and here they just can't get anything moving at all.
Looked like Connor Zepek was the defender there for Heritage.
Covenant Christian leads Bowman Academy 7-0. Now it's 3rd and 8 for Sheridan. Kane Spencer is wide to the bottom of your screen, guarded by Thompson. Delph will keep it. He will pitch it back to Hovey. He's going to have just short of a first down, I think. He might have got it. Depends on where the mark is. And
he is going to be
just
short of the first down.
But Bud Wright and the Blackhawks are not afraid to go for it in these short yardage scenarios. We'll see what they do.
We're under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
And they're going for it. 4th and 1, really less than 1. Manis the fullback, Hovey the tailback. Drelp will keep it. And
I don't know if he got
I
it.
don't think they moved anything. The come down to the spot is going to be very, very close.
Did not get enough for the first down.
Very close.
Is that? Yep, they're going to bring on the chains, I believe, to measure this one.
They're bringing on the chains to measure.
With a 1:28, if they don't get it, Heritage Christian in tremendous position to tie this game. It's a big gamble.
I don't think he got it.
We're all going to know shortly. Got it.
Oh, he got it. Just barely, but he picked it up.
Not even by a full foot length of the football.
Drake Delph took that quarterback sneak, and he just got enough push, Jonathan, to pick up the first down.
He's back under center. Hands it to his tailback, Hovey, and he doesn't get much. It's a game of inches, this drive. Coming upon 60 seconds to go.
Harrison Waltz, it looked like, again for Heritage. The good thing for Heritage, though, Jonathan, is they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Here's the long second down. Delp throwing, completing to Nick Burnell, driven backwards by Thompson. And they're going to mark him short of a first down. As we go inside a minute and a timeout, and we're going to take one too. This is Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. 3rd and 2. Delp looking to throw on 3rd down, deep over the middle, and Gehrig was almost there, but it's incomplete. 4th and 2 now.
Reed was right there, had it, just fell out of his hands and brings up a 4th down. Now what do? Do you go for it again, or do you?
I don't know. It looks like the personnel's changing, but do you see who he was throwing to? His main man, Jesse Kolb.
Yep.
He was a center last year, receiver this year. He's the leading receiver by a mile.
Looks like Nate Thompson back to take this punt. Now we got a timeout.
So we have a timeout on the field, which lets us bring up a fun little game we've been doing. All right. What do you get if you win?
You win a $25 gift card from our good friends at Aspen Creek Grill.
That's a good deal. That's incredible.
Here's a little hint for him, too, Jonathan. Indiana SRN covered that game also.
Oh, my gosh. Well, if you were paying attention during that game and you remember, then you have your full opportunity. So here is 4th and 2. Thompson back to return for Heritage Christian. Jesse Kolb to punt. Punt is blocked by the Eagles and picked up by Ethan Orsted. Touchdown, Heritage Christian.
Oh, my. Got through there, got a hand on it. It blocked right into him.
Ethan Orsted, a freshman, right in the right spot at the right time for the touchdown. And they could tie it here. But I think they're going to go for the kick. Holy cow. So with 23 and 8/10 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Heritage Christian will line up for the extra point. Asher King is 22 of 23 on the year.
His holder is Thomas Johnson.
The snap, the kick, it's up, and it's good. So it will be 14-13 in favor of the visitors, but Heritage Christian, a dramatic touchdown, cuts it to 1 here in Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Who returned that? Who returned that?
Atlas Excavating. When you have public, commercial, or private utility work that needs to be done quickly and with an eye of quality, look no further than Atlas Excavating. We have the most highly trained, industrial certified master excavators with years of experience working both with public and private clients.
Welcome back, everyone, to Heritage Christian High School. Cameron Hovey will not field this one. It'll be to the up back. No, it is Hovey. And he's going to get it to the 30-yard line where he will be down. And Heritage Christian, they got a dramatic touchdown on a blocked punt, which looked something like this. Ethan Orsted, the one who scored the touchdown. So 16 seconds. Not expecting much, and there's the kneel down, and that will do it for this first half. 14-13. It's been an interesting game. It's been a good game, Bill.
Been a very good game, and, you know, Sheridan's going in with a 14-13 lead. Could have been a bunch more, but to no avail, and that's where we stand right now with Heritage down by 1 at 14-13 on a nice block punt by Lowry, I believe, and then Ethan Olstead running it in for the touchdown, and the extra point by King was good.
Sheridan has been able to run the ball. That's been effective. They're over 130 in the first half. Heritage Christian not as successful in the passing game. Their run game has capitalized. It's been a little bit of a bizarro world from what we thought it was going to be.
You know, what it was like during the Covenant Christian game. You know, we thought it would be, you know, one team passing, the other team running. And, you know, Sheridan is running the ball, but Heritage is coming out. They're also running the ball and running it effectively.
And so we're getting ready for a really cool halftime feature, Bill. We have the privilege to broadcast the United Football Tournament. Last couple of weeks, the semi-state and state title are tomorrow. If you want to learn more about it, we could tell you, but you can see it next on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Matt Johnston. I am the head coach for the Noblesville Unified football team. I previously was a football coach, and I coached that for 8 years, and absolutely loved doing that. But Unified is something different. It is blessed a lot of kids to be able to work together and also compete with each other, working together through practices, competing against each other in practices, to then being able to take that out to the field and being able to compete with one another against another team, and that unity, that bond, that excitement has been amazing.
I am the coach of the Unified Flag Football team. I also am an assistant coach in our school soccer program, and I'm going to try and help with both Unified and traditional track this year. The first year Zionsville's ever had a Unified football team, and so I'm really excited to be able to help build it and just help create a legacy. This program can work in any school system. You just need to have an open mind and an open attitude, and you need to know that every single person on that team is going to be able to play and going to be able to learn. You need to have people who are passionate and who love the sport and just want to have fun, but also play.
I think it's a great idea. It's a lot of fun. You make a lot of friends, and that's a major upside to it. So there's no downsides, really. It's a fun time. Looking forward to this thing growing. Maybe next year we'll see how many teams we can get.
30 seconds to go, and we score that last second touchdown. That was an amazing feeling, and the joy that came off of that, for me personally, one of the best feelings I've had in a long time.
It's important. We don't just sit around and throw balls around. We play. We learn. We practice. We play to win.
The safety factors. If you watch us play and you see us play, there's athletes out there. And they're doing it the right way, and they're playing flag football the right way. There is no concern for me on a safety factor. It is all about competition and healthy competition, and that's important. My expectations of the partners is to play football. Well, there is no taking it easy or anything like that. They're out there to play football. There are times when we have to guide each other and where we're going to go in positions. That's football.
This is an awesome experience. I'm excited for it to grow in the upcoming years. It's really fun for athletes and partners. It's a real football game. It's awesome.
I want to tell the principals, you need to do it. There is no other option except to get your kids involved with Unified Flag Football. It is a bond that these kids are going to be able to build. It is an excitement that you'll miss out on. Your school will miss out on if you're not a part of it.
Just in the hallway together at lunch and just yelling hi to each other and supporting each other and having conversations, and it's great to see players of so many different worlds coming together through sport, and Unified has definitely increased our school culture.
This means a lot to me because it really gets everyone involved, and it changes people's perceptions about what kids with mental or physical disabilities can do and how they can get involved just like everyone else.
I was in the hallway walking down at the end of the day, and one of my colleagues says, "Hey Rachel, do you think you could coach a Unified Flag football team?" I was like, "Sure, I love football." And he said, "Okay, well, we need you to put a team together, and we have our first game Saturday morning." We got all the players in. I called parents. I sent emails home. I tried to find athletes and partners and people to come support us. And our first day we had 5 players, and by the end of 1 week we had 14 who were interested.
It was a lot of fun. hopefully we can start it. We can start it for an actual. We can have an actual season.
Schools who want to implement this flag football program, which I highly recommend, you need to find a passionate individual, a couple of passionate individuals. You need to grab some players who are ready to help support their team and to be leaders in our school systems. And you just need to give them a place to practice, a ball and some flags, and let them go. There's never a time where I'll see one of my players alone in the hallway because they have partners, they have athletes, they have other people who have gotten to know them because they've come out to a match.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolfert, president of the IHSAA Foundation. Lots of high school athletes here in Indiana have gone on to become collegiate All-Americans. A few of them have even turned pro. But participating in high school sports has helped virtually every high school athlete become a good American. That's because playing high school sports teaches life lessons like the importance of persistence, teamwork, tenacity, preparation, and hard work. The IHSAA Foundation was created to help high school administrators and coaches become more effective role models and teachers, emphasizing values that will help their players become better athletes, better representatives of their community, and better Americans. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Meet Dave. Dave is working full-time supporting his growing family. Dave realizes that no matter how hard he works, his unfinished degree is impacting the ability to advance in his career. Dave's friend shared an email with him about Horizon University. Maybe this is the answer he's been looking for. Horizon University is a fully accredited university that offers degree programs for business and ministry-minded individuals wanting to finish their degree. Horizon U is faith-based, and Dave likes the flexible weekly schedule and short semesters. He's relieved to find out that tuition is both affordable and the majority of students actually qualify for financial aid. With class schedules designed to work around his busy career and family, Dave is beginning to see a dim light growing on the horizon of his career path. Listen to this testimonial from a student at Horizon. I started at Horizon U after 20 years of being out of college. I wasn't sure how well my school could integrate with my career, my working a second job, and time with my family. I was so relieved that my professors understood and helped me to stay on track. I'm now taking 2 classes per semester, and I think I've found my groove. I love that I can apply what I'm learning in everyday life. Thanks, Horizon U. Visit horizonuniversity.edu to check it out for yourself and start the process. And make sure to mention that Dave sent you.
Electrical Maintenance Specialist LLC is locally owned and operated by Brian McElroy and Dana Jackson Darrington and has been a part of the IBEW 481 since the year 2000. Located in Mooresville, Indiana, Electrical Maintenance Specialist provides professional, outstanding, personalized, and quality electrical services to commercial, industrial, and residential clients. Please call Electrical Maintenance Specialist at 317-483-3234.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Hope you enjoyed the halftime features. We're getting ready for the second half. A quick look at the stats for both teams from the first half. Heritage Christian, it's really easy. They didn't complete any passes. So rushing, Colton Brown had 62 yards, 69 overall for Heritage Christian. And for the visitors from Sheridan, they were running all over the place, 143 rushing yards, 14 passing yards. The leading rusher was Cameron Hovey. No, it was Drake Delp with 51 yards, and Bill Ludlow. We had some very unique ways of scoring touchdowns in the length of time it took to get them.
It did. Sheridan got the opening kickoff, started on their own 20-yard line at the 12-minute mark, and then at 4:34 to go in the first quarter, they scored their first touchdown, and they chewed up a little over 8 minutes on the clock in that one. Heritage Christian got the ball in the second quarter at the 10:54 mark, and at 7:51 they scored their touchdown using up 3:03 of that drive. And then Sheridan got the ball on a short field at 7:41 to go in the first half, and at 5:11 they scored the touchdown using only 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the clock on that drive. And then the block punt by Lowry, and Olstein took it in for the touchdown for Heritage.
And that's how you get to 14-13. And you know, Bill and everyone here at Indiana SRN, we love sports, but we don't just do sports. We can talk about other things. And to talk about just that, let's go down sideline to Keith Myers with a special guest. We'll check out those technical difficulties, but get ready for the second half. Bill, what do you think are some keys for both teams?
I think for Heritage, you know, we talked about it in the first half, you know, Asbell and Harrison Eckel have to get on the same page. And I think if Harrison Eckel can get some distance between him and his defender, and maybe not try to go for the long bomb, maybe try to do some little dink passes to Harrison Eckel and, you know, connect on that. If you're Sheridan, I think what you got to do is you got to continue to give them what you did the first half in Hovey, Manis, and then the quarterback, Drake Delph. And you touched on it a while ago. Drake Delph has, what, like 51 rushing yards, yes, and the 2 touchdowns for the Sheridan Blackhawks. So, you know, you could say it's the three-headed monster for Sheridan in Hovey, Manis, and Delph.
And I think it's kind of interesting. I'm going to double back to what you're saying with Heritage Christian.
Okay.
Is the importance of Eckel and not being involved at all. Or they tried to, but they didn't complete it. But he hasn't. The least amount of receptions he's had all season was 2, and that was in a downpour. And he's had 4. He's had 6 a couple times. 3 times he's gone for 9 or more. And you just expect him to get 80 yards receiving. You're just anticipating that. And that's a key component of their offense that the Eagles just don't have.
Right.
Well, now here we go. Second half getting ready to begin. The right foot driven into the ball, and it will be fielded by the up back, Doran, who will take it to the 30, cutting across to the 35, runs into his own man at the 37. Yard line. Heritage Christian, Sheridan, good first half. Interesting first half. We're hoping the second half is just as good, if not better.
You know, if you looked at some of the predictions on this game, you know, a couple of outlets had, you know, Sheridan winning this game big.
Huge.
And Heritage is hanging tough with the 1A Sheridan Blackhawks.
As we said in our opening on kind of the source for these numbers things, John Harrells, he had Sheridan favored by 24, and Kyle Nedenrip had them favored by 21. And so here, much closer than either of those numbers, Colton Brown will back his way across the 45-yard line to about the 46.
Jesse Kolb, number 45, was leading the charge for the Sheridan defense on that play, Jonathan.
So it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. 30 seconds gone here in the second half. In the slot at the top is Eckel. Just waiting to see him get it to him. Colton Brown, hesitation move, and obliterated by Jesse Kolb.
Kolb has been on the tackles the last two, Jonathan, and the man is just a force to be reckoned with. Jesse Kolb on the year, 35 solo tackles, 39 assists for a total of 74.
So about a 3rd and 3 for Heritage Christian. Trips at the bottom. Thompson in motion. He's going to keep it, and Asbell, who else? Jesse Kolb stopping him. And looking to start some momentum, they run into Jesse Kolb, and it might as well have been a brick wall.
You know, you look at Jesse Kolb for Sheridan. He is a senior, 6'3", 195. And he's going against Asbell, 6 foot, 175.
He's got 1 sack on the year. He's got 4 tackles for a loss. He had 74 tackles coming in. He's way above that now. And so on 4th and 3, the Eagles are looking to go for it.
They're going to go for, well, the play clock's down to 4. They're going to have to do something here quick.
They're going. It's Colton Brown, and he got it across the 50.
Oh, yes, he did. Colton Brown got that handoff, Jonathan, and he went around the left guard and center to pick up that first down.
73 yards for Colton Brown. 1st and 10. Without Brown, where would Heritage Christian be tonight? Asbell in under pressure. Thompson smoked by Kane Spencer. Not a chance.
Spencer came right up from his defensive position, and Spencer playing cornerback, and he just had Thompson's number right there.
Loss of 3 on the pass attempt. And that summarized the passing game. Very ineffective tonight, surprisingly so.
But he had to throw it under pressure because he was being pressured.
It was a jailbreak. It looked like they tried to set up a screen. Asbell will keep it, and he's going nowhere. He's lost yardage again. Almost 2.
So as you started some positives in the second half, you're now taking some negatives. You're going backwards.
This looks exactly like their first series in the first half. They get a first down and trickle on backwards. Trail by 1 on the scoreboard. Asbell wide to the top with a pink towel sticking out his back. They're looking towards him. Now they look deep. He's there, but it's through his arms. Nate Thompson was the intended receiver, the sophomore, and they couldn't connect. And Heritage Christian, no choice. They have to punt.
It was a great throw by Asbell on that play. But Thompson just wasn't able to come up with it because as it hit his hands, he went to the ground and just popped out of there.
That happens sometimes. Asher King Sends this one downfield, and it's going to get an Eagles roll inside the 10, still going and stopping at about the 7-yard line. So the first drive of the second half, Bill, came up for nothing for Heritage Christian.
7-play drive, and they had to punt. That drive started on their own 39-yard line.
And so the question is, Sheridan's turn. What are they going to bring out? They were running very well in the first half, over 140 yards. Can they keep that up? Or what adjustments did Kyle Ray's Eagles make at halftime? Delp hands it to Manis, and he's not going anywhere. Not getting much either way. Maybe 3 yards. Got to the top of the soccer box.
Manis took that handoff from Delp. Tried to find the seam, but it closed up quickly.
So 2nd and 7 for Sheridan. They greatly won the possession battle in the first half. Manis, the fullback. Nick Burdell in his hand on this side. Delp will keep it, and he's got running room to the 20, to the 25, and ridden down by the best defender on Heritage Christian, Ethan Lowry.
That was a nice run by Delp as he faked the handoff to the up man, kept it himself, and that's the problem you have when you run a spread option like Sheridan's running tonight.
64 yards for Delp, the leading rusher, and here it is. The sleight of hand, worth a magician. 1st and 10. Delp keeps, pitches, Hovey looking for room, not going to get much. 2 yards for the Blackhawks tailback.
And I like the way Delp, when he takes that ball and he sticks it right in the belly of the running back and then pulls it out quickly, and then he can either throw it or keep it himself. He's kept it himself several times tonight.
Classic football from yesteryear. This Delp runs the option extremely well. 2nd and 8, 6.5 minutes to go. Payne Spencer wide to the top of your screen by the down marker. Delp will hand it off to his up back. I believe it was Manis, and it's going to be 3rd and manageable.
So this drive started on Sheridan's own 7-yard line. They're out to their own almost 35-yard line now.
So it's a 3rd and long 3. Full 3 yards.
And they're working on their 5th play of this drive right now.
Delp under center. Burnell, the wingback on the left side, the handoff to Manis, and he got the first down to the 40-yard line.
Got the first down and more. And you know what they're doing? They're moving the chains, Jonathan, and what they're doing, too, is they're eating up some clock. As this drive started at the 8:15 mark.
40 yards for Manis. 1st and 10. Delp hands it up to Manis. Maybe 2, maybe 3.
Classic football. You got a 1-point lead. Sorry to interrupt, but 1-point lead, and you're just, like I said, eating up the clock. Good runs.
They're just mauling the field. That's the field position. They're just creeping on, and as you said, it's killing the clock, and it's just dispiriting. Manis, the dive, got to the 45-yard line, and that's where he will stay. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Sheridan.
But, even if this gets down to 4th down, the legendary coach is going to go for it, man.
He's been bold. He's been bolded in this game so far. He had the one that was very close earlier in the first half. Very close. Half a football. at the top of the H. On 3rd and 5. Delp in trouble. Trying to elude the pressure. Runs into his own man. He's swarmed. And down he goes at the 45-yard line.
He ran for maybe 15 yards.
He ran
but only
a long
maybe
way.
picked up one, if anything, right?
He didn't get much. And Heritage Christian looking, they're expecting a punt.
Comes out onto the field.
We have seen a lot of him in motion. Nate Thompson, sophomore, 5'11", $150. He has got some wheels on him.
Nate Thompson back to return this kick, we believe. Jesse Kolb, the punter.
Kolb already one punt blocked. Low.
This one is away, another low kick. Thompson will field this on the roll. He lost it, picks it up again, and is swarmed by Kane Spencer and everybody else.
The rest of the special teams from Sheridan.
Let's check out that Aspen Creek wheel crash. Well, we have a second. Take it away, Bill Love, though.
In 2015, Fort Wayne Snyder scored 64 points to win their second state title. Who did they beat? A hint was Indiana SRN also covered that game.
A further hint was they did not beat Ball State. Cross them off the list. But if you have the answer and you feel like you're right or rather confident, or you just want to tweet us, what do you do?
You just tweet us at Indiana SRN. The winner will receive a $25 gift card from our good friends at Aspen Creek Grill.
1st and 10. Colton Brown creeping forward to the 40. And that is 2nd down and short, bringing up. Colton Brown having a wonderful game. The most rushing yards he had all season before tonight, and he might be able to crack it. He had 90 last week. He's doing pretty well tonight. 78.
Both these teams last week won. Sheridan beat Eastern 16-7, and Heritage beat Howe 38-20.
Both ending the season strong. They're both playing strong tonight. Heritage Christian just misfiring in the passing game. Asbell and Eckel trying to draw a flag, and there it is. He snookered Nick Burnell.
You know, the side judge, he threw the flag, and then the back guy, he ended up throwing his flag also.
And just off your screen, the back judge has now kicked both flags together. Tandem. This lets us have a moment also. We just did the Aspen Creek Grill question. But here at Indiana SRN, we do over 300 sporting events a year. And if you'd like to see more sports on Indiana SRN, we have a little donate button at the bottom of our webpage. And we ask you to consider clicking that button and helping to donate to allow us to bring more sports to you. If you do, we'll add more games on the air, and that's what every dollar goes towards, is more sports on our airwaves. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game. And another note, that donate button is Thompson fighting for nothing. He lost a yard. That donate button is one of the reasons we are able to bring the Unified Football League broadcast not only tomorrow, but the last 2 weeks, bring the whole playoffs. As you saw in the feature, my Zionsville Eagles were prominently placed, as they should be. So 2nd and 10.
On that jet sweep by Heritage Christian, Thompson took the handoff, tried to cut it back up in the middle, but was met by a host of Blackhawks.
That play worked once and has not worked since. Colton Brown fumbled the ball!
He fumbles the football, and who's on it?
Sheridan says they have it. Heritage Christian hopes they do. The referees will decide.
Have to roll the bodies off of a football.
It is
Sheridan ball.
Sheridan recovers.
Young Colton Brown making a young mistake, but he has been
Colton Brown, who's a freshman, just let that ball got knocked out of his hands and wasn't able to recover it.
Here's the
but
replay.
Sheridan was.
Yeah, it's definitely a fumble.
Looks like
Jesse Kolb got him. Jesse Kolb got him. So with just under 2 minutes to go, Drake Delp and the Sheridan Blackhawks will invert their defense. Most of these offensive players play defense as well. Kane Spencer at the top of your screen is a wide receiver and cornerback. Drake Delp is the other starting quarterback, and he's under center.
Handoff to man.
The handoff to Manis. Got maybe 2.
You know, I think what Heritage wanted to do is they wanted to take that ball. You know, they're under 2. They were under 2 minutes to go. Eat up some more clock, maybe to try to take the lead at the end of the third quarter, but coughed it up by the young Colton Brown. But you know, if you're Kyle Ray, the head coach at Heritage, you got to go right back to the man Colton Brown. When you get that ball back, you know, you got to forget about that last play.
2nd and 7 for Sheridan. Delph will keep it. And, oh, man, Heritage Christian snuffed that out entirely. And Thomas Johnson celebrating emphatically. 3rd and 11. So we're inside 60 seconds. Quick update from around the Indiana SRN family of networks. Traders Point leads Fremont 14-7. Southport leads Bloomington North in a close one, 34-6. But you picked the right one. 3rd and 11. Delp, Hovey, looking the outside, won't get it. Well short of the first down.
Tried to tiptoe along that far sideline over there, Jonathan, and the Heritage defense was able to push him out of bounds before he hit the first down marker.
So that means Heritage Christian will get the ball back with still time left in this third quarter. And we've seen, they haven't demonstrated tonight. Maybe you, our viewer, have not seen it yet, but Heritage Christian has a very explosive passing attack, and their special teams unit has been dramatic. The snap is low. It's on the ground. It's almost blocked, but it's away. Thompson will let it bounce and will field it. And he lost the ball!
Sheridan got
James Manis fell on it, I believe. But it will stay with Heritage Christian.
I think he was out of bounds on the far
Oh,
side,
man.
so that's what.
Oh,
luckily
man.
for Heritage, they're going to be able to keep this ball.
Oh, you just got to clear out. So with 18 and a third seconds left here in this third quarter, in a quickly moving game, Heritage Christian will take over, trailing by a single point.
Ball will be on their own 23-yard line.
1st and 10. 3 receivers to the bottom. Colton Brown up the middle, and room, and a lot of green grass. Still going.
Look at
40, 30, 20. Can he win the foot race? Touchdown, Eagles.
That started at their own 22-yard line, and he went the distance for the touchdown.
65 yards, 111 for the game. Colton Brown, the hero this evening so far, and he's given the Eagles the lead. With a 5-point lead, the Heritage Christian will look like they're going to kick it. That's not what I would advise. But to each their own.
Asher King has laid down the tee, so.
He is 23 of 24 on the year. Thomas Johnson the hold. Asher King delivers. It's up. It's through per normal. Heritage Christian leads 20-14 on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Today's game is brought to you by Shin Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shin Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shintechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
Time was that great opportunities came to me, but first I needed to prepare for the greatness that awaited me. So I asked and became a Freemason, The rest is history. For me, the time has passed. For you, time is. Time to prepare for greatness if it's in you. Now, you may listen to me or not, but Freemasonry has been preparing great men since our country's founding. So do you have greatness in you? Ask.
MillersvilleLodge.org.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School, and the tenor of this game has changed dramatically. A 68-yard touchdown run from Colton Brown, and the Eagles lead for the first time tonight. Asher King will restart this game with 6 3/10 seconds to go. The run back by Hovey. There's a gaping hole up the middle to the 50, to the 40. One man to beat. We might be caught from behind, and he's down at the 11.
Oh, Reese Johnson came from nowhere to bring down Hovey. We could have had a change of events, here in the last 6 seconds of the quarter.
This is the most exciting 18 seconds in the history of Indiana SRN broadcasting. And if you're ready for the next exciting 18 seconds, we're going to throw it to a special report from our Keith Myers.
Hey, guys, very interesting ball game back and forth. Don't forget, tomorrow we have high school sectional. We have sectional 43 at Cecina. Heritage Christian taking on Speedway. That game is at 1 o'clock. That's on our internet radio station. And don't forget Unified Football, as it will be at Colts Complex tomorrow, starting at 3:50. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Keith. And before we give more updates, we're going to take a little break. You're watching Indiana SRN. We are always in the game.
So we're sitting here with the man, Tom Brown. If you want to build culture and grow your business the right way, take a page out of his playbook. Tom's best strength is his ability to be available as a leader. And so I wanted to show you kind of his day-to-day as he walks the floor here at Morales Group.
But I also want them to understand that I'm never not there for them. Speaker for the company is a person we call our janitor. And so when we held them in that level of high esteem and stuff, I think they realize that they're as important as anybody else in this company.
Thanks to Ray Marketing for underwriting this sports program on IndianaSRN.org. You can contact Jess at 317-782-0904. Need a uniform, silk screening, even banners? Contact Ray.
Welcome back, everyone, to Heritage Christian High School. The fourth quarter has now just begun, and Ethan Lowry got a snack. It was James Manis. Ouch. But if you're looking at the position in the field, here's how we got there. Just wide open up the middle.
Hovey. Now watch Johnson come right up from the right side and tackle.
Asher King saved the touchdown on that play because he took up the blocker, and Hovey decided to run right into the blocker. Otherwise, he would have been gone. Second and 12. The pitch is to Hovey. He put it on the ground. I think Heritage Christian has it. They do.
Oh, wow.
What it?
Man.
In 10 minutes of real time, this game has changed so dramatically. This is
both
unbelievable.
ball clubs tonight have fumbled the ball.
This is just unbelievable. So the momentum swung mightily towards Heritage Christian, then swung the complete opposite direction like a pendulum to Sheridan, and now the pendulum's reversed and is back in favor of the Eagles. And so 1st and 10 from their 15 with a 6-point lead. Asbell, Brown, who else? The middle, and Jesse Kolb saves maybe a touchdown, and he just got only a first down.
So this drive starts at Heritage's own 15. They're on their own 26 right now.
1st and 10.
Now we'll see if Heritage wants to play Sheridan ball and keep it on the ground.
They might as well. They've been immensely successful in that way. Check the numbers after this play. Colton Brown, hesitation, up the middle, past Drake Delp, at midfield, and down.
James Manis brings him down.
19 yards for Colton Brown, 175 on the game. That on its own is the third most rushing Heritage Christian's had all season.
And we got a timeout, Sheridan.
And we're going to take a timeout too. Everything going the Eagles' way on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Boron Homes is proud to present Briar Creek. Beautifully landscaped and maintained, today's manufactured homes provide durable, state-of-the-art housing at prices you can afford. Enjoy the tax benefits of owning, including lower property taxes combined with easy maintenance of renting. Briar Creek, it's truly unique, the only 55-plus manufactured home neighborhood in the Indianapolis area. Located just east of I-465 on Pendleton Pike, near Fort Harrison State Park. Visit Briar Creek today.
At Auto Express, we offer friendly customer service, exceptional work, and fair pricing. Customer loyalty and confidence are important to us. When our customers have questions, we are ready with answers. We're open weekdays 8 to 6 and Saturday 8 to 3. Come visit Auto Express at 9065 East Pendleton Pike, just east of Post Road, or call 317-897-6618. Auto Express, we're here for your auto repair and maintenance needs.
Welcome back, everyone, to Heritage Christian High School. Heritage Christian in command for the moment, but the way this game's been swinging, that could go away any second.
Yeah, the pendulum is definitely swinging Heritage's way right now.
1st and 10. Asbell from the gun. Colton Brown. And got nothing that time. It will be 2nd and 10, and we'll be able to check our Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. Titus Bakery, 2 locations on State Road 32, 1 in Lebanon, 1 in Westfield. Avon and Noblesville tied at 7. North Central 24, Ben Davis 20. Bedford North Lawrence 34, Columbus East 29. Evansville Memorial and Castle, big game down there, 13-0 in favor of the Tigers. Mishawaka leads Penn 28-21. West Lafayette 35, Tipton undefeated, Tipton 0. Western Boone 20, Lebanon 13. 2nd and 10. Asbell looking to throw, airing it out. Is it Eckel? It is Eckel, and it's a huge first down inside the 15. At long last, they find their number 1 target.
We've been talking about it all evening, Jonathan, and Eckel got that separation from his defender. And Asbell was able to just lay it right there. Picks up a big first down. Under 10 minutes to go in this one, Jonathan.
30 yards. 1st and 10 now. In motion's Thompson. It's going their way. Thompson's got room. Thompson hits the corner. Thompson's out inside the 5. Quickly to finish up that scoreboard update, Zionsville and Fishers tied at 6. New Powell leads Delta in a close one, 56-0. Here's the replay. Asbell, and here he is, Harrison Eckel.
Yeah, it was a 30-yard pass.
It was. The 8th leading receiver in the state gets his first catch of the game. Asbell and the Eagles, it's a dribbler snap. Asbell keeps it. Jukes back in, jukes back out, and will go down. It is 2nd and goal.
So we're about ready to go under the 9-minute mark here in the 4th and final quarter. And the Eagles are knocking on the door again.
And this would be a huge touchdown. Not to over-exaggerate, but especially with how Sheridan's been running their offense, where it's just so deliberately on the ground, and it hasn't been explosive. It's been deliberate.
Right.
So they spread it. Asbell, Thompson in motion. They give it to the jet sweep, and he's wrestled down. Carl Whaley on this tackle, the senior. And it's 3rd and goal.
Coming up, Jonathan, this is the 7th play of the drive. Started at the 11:23 mark. We're at 8:35 to go now here in the ball game.
And a drive that featured a heavy dose of Colton Brown and
they had
decent sprinkling of Harrison Eckel.
He had 2 huge runs when they were pinned all the way back on their own 15-yard line.
He's had a 65-yarder. He's had a 38-yarder. Asbell, the flag comes. It's a little razzle-dazzle. Thompson to Asbell, and it's a touchdown for the moment.
But hang on, we got a penalty flag on the play. And it's going to be against Heritage, I believe.
And Asbell, ever so disappointed. False start. Asbell, poor guy. Oh, you see him at the bottom right of your screen.
Did the old Philadelphia Eagle
That was a
thing.
super-duper Philly special. The Philly. There's a statue of that now in Philadelphia. And so it is 3rd and goal from very far away. Southport leads Bloomington North 34-6 at the half on Indiana SRN. That's how quickly this game has been going. They're at halftime, and we're in the 4th. Traders Point leads 14, Fremont 7. The games are on the Indiana SRN Family Network. And a quick update from the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. New Pal leads 63-0 over Delta. And that's a close one. Asbell on 3rd and forever. Eckel! Incomplete. Needed to lead him a little bit more, get some air under it. All for naught, and out comes Asher King. Asher King is 5 of 6 on the year for field goals.
Can you imagine if that ball would have been completed to Eckel? It would have been right down there at the goal line.
It would have, coulda, woulda, shoulda. 36 yards is where they're lining up for.
8:05 to go here in the ball game.
It would be a 9-point lead. If he makes it, it would be a 2-possession game. It's down. It's up. It's on the way. And it's wide to the right. And Sheridan will get the ball in a 1-possession game, just under 8 minutes. And we're going to take a quick breather on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Welcome back, everyone, to Heritage Christian High School, 4th quarter. Do or die almost. Drake Delph's in trouble. He's being swarmed by a couple men, and he's cut from behind by Ethan Lowry. His second sack of the game.
Ethan Lowry is the force to be reckoned with on this defense for the Heritage Christian Eagles.
What I think was interesting is we've been caught up to date was the reason that field goal was taken was because there were 2 penalties on the play, that Sheridan declined the false start and took an offensive pass interference, which moved the ball back so far, which was a brilliant call by Bud Wright and Sheridan.
It was, and you know, and it worked to their favor. So now you got almost 7 minutes to go here in the ball game.
On 2nd and long, James Manis gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20. And so it'll be 3rd and 10 for Sheridan. So the great offense we saw, Bill, in the first half is just evaporated.
It's kind of went stalled out here. So what they need to do is they need to get them over to the sidelines, fine-tune that engine, get this thing kicked in gear here.
They trail by 6. There's 6.5 to go in the game. Sheridan hasn't lost since August 17th. Delp looking to pass, a pop pass, and Jesse Kolb incomplete. A nice play combined by Reed Gehrig and Kyle McAvoy. And 4th and 10 deep in their own territory. What do?
You got to punt it. Rely on your defense. Get the ball back, because all you need is a touchdown and extra points. You win this ball game.
And back deep is Nate Thompson to return for Heritage Christian. And now the Sheridan defense, one of their calling cards, they don't give up many rushing yards. They just don't. All season, the allowed rushing yards, the most was the first week, 212. Now, that sounds like a lot, but they haven't allowed 100 ever since.
It's going to be 4th and 10.
And Jesse Kolb.
Against who? Sheridan called for sideline interference.
That's 120. Here is the snap. This is where
The kicks and the snaps have been low lately. This one is short.
Wow, very good kick.
Thompson will come in and field it and get obliterated. Kane Spencer, look out. Ouch.
So Heritage Christian takes over at 6:17, and they will be on Sheridan's side of the field.
And their run game has been strong. Colton Brown, 175 yards coming into this exact drive. 1st and 10 from the Sheridan 41.
And they have insanely good field position, potential to get in field goal range again and give Asher King.
Starks, Manis, and that defense for Sheridan has to step up.
Thompson in motion. The snap is high. It's down to Colton Brown. He got 3 yards, fighting for 4.
Could have been disastrous right there on that high snap there.
Asbell was able to reel it in.
Colton Brown gain of 4 makes it 2nd and 6.
So 2nd and 6.
They have very tough competition all year, and now they have.
So we're at 5:49 to go in the ball game. Play clock's down to 15 seconds now.
And Heritage Christian is just milking it.
Here we go. Single back. Next to
2nd and 6. Colton Brown looking for a hole. Evan Bourdon wraps him up and whirls him down. It'll be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Brown on the carry. Bourdon on the tackle for the Blackhawks.
Evan Bourdon came in from his outside linebacker slot to take down Colton Brown. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Carl Whaley fixing his equipment, ready to go.
1 yard that time for Colton. Wide to the top is Garion Sharp and Aiden Craig. At the bottom is Thompson, who they've been moving on jet sweeps, and Harrison Eckel. Asbell
Here comes the
looking to
blitz.
pass. Manis hit him, but too late. Eckel caught it at the 15, trying to win a foot race, and maybe, I think he's short. He's down at the 1.
Down at the
1 yard line.
Down at the 1 yard line. Wow. Huge play for Heritage as Eckel was able to bring it in, reel that pass in.
And here it is, Bill. Almost hit. They almost got there in time, and just the big fly reel. Sheridan needs another stop, and they need it desperately. It's Brown, and he swarmed again, but he fights forward. Touchdown, Heritage Christian. And that might be decisive. 26-14.
Colton Brown just had 1 yard to go, and he took that handoff from Asbell and took it in.
4.5 left in this one. And how things change in one half, in one quarter. At this time, with 18 seconds left in the game, or in the third quarter,
yes.
we thought, and this kick is up and good, so it's 27-14, and with 18 seconds left in the third, we were looking at dominant Sheridan. What can Heritage Christian do? And since then, you flip the script entirely.
And Kyle Ray and the coaching staff for Heritage was able to make some adjustments at halftime, and they got the ball to start the second half, and now you see the results of it, 27-14.
If you want to see some results that are not this, but another way you can win,
is you can answer this question of the week from the Aspen Creek Grill. In 2015, Fort Wayne Snyder scored 64 points to win their second state title. Who did they beat? And again, a hint.
Oh, yeah?
Your friends here at Indiana SRN.
Oh, that's us.
We covered that game.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Oh, you should know that then.
I can know the answer, but I do know the answer.
Oh, well,
but
hey, Bill Ludlow's got to jump on you. If you want to win, though, you just need to tweet the answer, the correct one, not the wrong one, at Indiana SRN, and we will be able to draw the winner. And you will get how much is it again?
A $25 gift card.
That's not bad at all. A little squib click looking to prevent any big return. It's picked up by an up back, Christian Clausen. And the ball is loose. The flag is down. Heritage Christian has it. And we'll see. The referees are asking everybody to relax.
They're saying he was on the ground. Because the side judge is coming in, pointing on the ground like it was on the ground. Or he was on the ground. So as we wait from the call from...
Here's a replay of the touchdown.
The 1-yard run by Colton Brown.
Look at the fight. Turn those legs. Update on the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. Zionsville leads Fishers 13-6. Shenandoah leads Monroe Central 24-6. Whenever I hear Shenandoah, I think of the song. Western Boone leads Lebanon 26-13. Mishawaka leads Penn, 42-28. Columbus East now leads Bedford North Lawrence 45-34. Titus Bakery, 2 locations. State Road 32 in Lebanon and Westfield. Hovey on the outside, and he's ripped down just across the 50 to the 49. And Sheridan needs to move quickly, and one player is sitting on the ground, and they're going to need a timeout. And we're going to take one too. Heritage Christian leads 27-14 here on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Charlie Cronin is just now being helped off the field. This lets us check some other little tidbits that we do most weeks. The Indiana colleges, they'll be playing. Number 5 Notre Dame is a big favorite, welcoming in 3-3 Pittsburgh to South Bend. That's a kickoff, 2:30 on NBC. Indiana at 4-2 welcomes 4-1 Iowa, and that's games at noon on ESPN2. The Boilermakers go on the road to mighty Illinois. The Illini are 3-2, but Purdue's favored by 10. So 2nd and 3. Hovey gets the first down. Gain of 4 for the sophomore.
Okay, Jonathan, we're at the 3:58 mark now. Sheridan's got to show some urgency now. And maybe got to take some, try to throw some passes.
They need to try something. Hovey has 55 yards now in the game. Almost a false start.
Yep,
They got him.
He was.
Delph, this isn't going to matter. Completes it, Jesse Cole.
Well, I don't know. They let him go ahead and play it. I don't know. Did somebody jump off sides?
I am very positive
Oh,
that
no.
there's a shift there.
It is an illegal shift on Sheridan, so that's going to back him up.
I saw that with my own peepers. I didn't have to look at a replay. So Jesse Kolb got his first catch of the game, but not really.
You know, that's why they hook up a young guy like you and an old guy like me, because you got the young peepers. You can see not having to use the cheaters here.
Yeah, Bill has, by his cheaters, he has a very impressive set of binoculars. I'm serious. He's got 2 of them. 1st and 15. The clock is running. Drake Delph looking, flipping. This pass to Jesse Kolb. Back is past the original line of scrimmage. The clock, however, is running. It'll be about 2nd and 8 when the ball is finally marked. 2nd and 7. Jesse Kolb, we were going to talk about this earlier, but he didn't have any catches until now. That was his 17th catch of the year. Delph has completed 31 passes, so you do the math. Kolb is invaluable. He has 427 of Delph's 600 and nearly 700 yards, and 9 of Sheridan's 11 of Sheridan's 13 passing touchdowns. Delph this time gets to the 40-yard line, and it will be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 from the 40, and we have a timeout on the field. So while we have a timeout, Bill, I want to check out something with you. We've done this, is quizzing Bill Ludlow on some NFL picks. Be kind. The Colts at 1-4 visit the 2-3 New York Jets, and maybe the least impressive game of the weekend.
So you only pick the winner.
I do. Or you can pick the loser, either way.
We'll go with the hometown Colts.
Excellent. Good pick. They're on the road, but I like it. What's a good game? Ooh. The 2-1 Cleveland Browns versus the 3-2 Los Angeles Chargers in Cleveland.
I like the way the Browns are playing. Let's go out on a limb here. Go Browns.
I do too. Here's a game that looks impressive if you look at the records, but the 3-2 Dolphins host the 3-1 Bears.
Go Dolphins.
That's because you hate the Bears. The Bill is a Packer fan. Sunday night game, the Chiefs and the Patriots. That's a big one in Foxborough.
Ooh, Patrick Mahomes, quite the quarterback. Go Chiefs.
Take the over. 3rd down and 6. Delph having to pass. Lowry almost got to him. But wide open Jesse Kolb at the 25 and shoved out at the 22.
Nice route run there by Jesse Kolb to get open, catch the ball. More importantly, he went out of bounds to, survive.
The freezes the clock.
Freeze the clock. Yeah.
At 2:28 to go. They need 2 touchdowns. Sheridan does. Delph, 1st and 10. The pitch out to Nick Burnell with some running room. He hesitated. The corner was taken away from him by Jake Doran, the senior Eagle. And the clock is running again inside 2:15 to go. 2nd and 8.
If the Heritage Christian Eagles can survive here, what a signature win this would be for them.
It would be. They've had their opportunities. The Covenant Christian game could have been that. Delph looks. Kolb's open in the flat. He needs to beat several players. He's down inbounds inside the 10.
Jake Doran again on the tackle
and
for
a timeout.
The
Doran's
Eagles.
everywhere. Doran's everywhere. It's been all over the place.
So we're under now. They're winding the clock. So he didn't make it. He didn't make it to the out of bounds marker.
Delph dropped the ball, and it's recovered by Heritage Christian.
Oh my God!
And that will do it.
That is their second time they've lost the ball on a fumble.
Wow. It's amazing, Bill, the difference in the Sheridan offense. Here's the replay. Clear recovery by Heritage Christian, but the Sheridan offense was dominant in the first half.
Yeah.
And it all went away.
Yeah, and I don't know what it's just, our hats go off to the Heritage defense.
There's the first kneel down. They'll just need to do it a couple more times. And you can really give a lot of applause to this Heritage Christian Eagle team. Has had ups and downs. When they've won, they've averaged 34 points per game in the wins. When they've lost, they've averaged 10. They're either in or out. They looked out today, and then they came roaring back. 60 seconds to go.
Heritage will be home next week against Eastern Hancock.
Oh, that game sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Are we going to be there?
I think we're going to be here.
Oh, we're not going anywhere. We're just going to stay in this booth, actually. We're going to set up a tent.
Well, I got to make a trip to Michigan tomorrow. My grandson's playing. His homeschool Lions are traveling all the way to Michigan.
So Bill won't be staying here. The rest of us will. And Heritage Christian will head into the sectionals on a 2-game winning streak. They have beaten the Sheridan Blackhawks, formerly number 4 in 1A, 27-14 on senior night, and it is a celebratory one in an upset.
And what an upset it was, because if you looked at the other outlets that had Sheridan winning this one big, Johnny Harrell and then Kyle from the Indianapolis Star had Sheridan winning this one big. And Heritage Christian just came into the game with a great game plan and was able to shut them down in that second half. And Heritage coming away with a 27-14 victory. Runs the record now to 5-4. Sheridan goes to 7-2 on the year as the regular season concludes, as we get ready for sectional play. Season number 2.
How about that? It is the second season in Indiana high school football, and I believe we've got a sideline report getting ready for an update. Keith Myers, take it away.
7-4.
Oh, man, Keith, I'm so proud of these guys, man. This was the best game we played out. Physical game we played out here. Couldn't be more proud of our guys.
What did you say at halftime? Because it looked like gloom and doom, and then all of a sudden you guys just played. You turned on the Jets.
Yeah, I thought physically we could make some plays. So I told them, man, hey, this is all. We have them wherever we want them, and let's just go out there and win this game for our seniors.
Big win. Sectional tomorrow, next week, and we've just been told we're here next week against Eastern Hancock.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, we're playing some good football right now. That's always the goal, is you play your best football in October. So we're riding some. I'm really pumped we have a home game this week.
Great win.
Thank you very much, Keith. And a little microphone difficulty all night long. Thanks for persevering, Keith, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. It was, as you could hear it through the crackles, Kyle Ray. It's the biggest win of the year for them. It was a season-defining win, really, Bill. They've had now 5 of these, but none against a team of Sheridan's caliber.
Nothing, to talk about, but now they do have something to go into sectional play as we start next week, like I said, against an Eastern Hancock ball club coming over here to Heritage next week. So, you've got some, you mentioned before the end of the game, a 2-game winning streak for Heritage going into sectional play. So you got some momentum going, and I think you found it in Colton Brown, your running back.
And you can see that momentum continuing next week, because we're going to be right here.
We'll be right back. Yeah.
We will. Here it is, Eastern Hancock. We couldn't get the update on their game today, but Heritage Christian coming in on a roll. Two straight wins.
2 straight wins. The first one against Thomas Carr Howell last week, 38-20. Then tonight, the 27-14 win over Sheridan. But, a couple of weeks ago when we were here against Covenant Christian, they only lost that game by 2 points, 12-10. So, they could have been on a 3 or 4 game winning streak going into the sectional play. And I think that we'll just say that Covenant Christian loss could have been the turning point for this Heritage Christian Ball Club.
It could have, and some stat takeaways from tonight's game. Colton Brown, brilliant, just brilliant. 181 yards on the ground. The team had 195. Through the air, Asbel was non-existent for the most part of the game, but when it mattered most, he got 79 yards. Harrison Eckel had all of them, 79. Sheridan, on the other side, their running game was so strong, and then it just disappeared. They had 193 total rushing yards, 66 of them to Drake Delp, 55 to Cameron Hovey, 46 to James Manis, well below what we thought it was going to be coming in. They're passing 54 yards. Jesse Kolb had most of them. Nick Brunell had 14, so 40 to Kolb. It was what can you say? Great performance by Heritage Christian in the second half.
That defense that they play, Heritage, the 3-3 stack, you've got Aiden Craig up front. The nose is Ethan Salisbury, and then the defensive end of Eddie Leverage. And then Ethan Lowry and Jake Duran Lowry coming from his inside linebacker spot and Duran coming from the outside linebacker spot, was able to maybe shut down that running game for the Sheridan Blackhawks. So it was just a great defensive stance, and they held Sheridan to 0 points in the second half, Jonathan.
And we got a lot of stuff for you tomorrow, all weekend long. We have volleyball sectionals, Heritage Christian Speedway. We have the Unified Football Tournament. Please tune in. That's going to be an awesome broadcast at 3:50. We have the first will be the semi-state game. Then we'll follow that up with the championship. Both games at the Colts Complex. The sectional analysis, not selection, that's already been decided, but the sectional analysis show will be Monday from 7:30 to about 9, and it'll be live. It'll be live from one of our announcers, Sean Kroll's home. He's opening up his wonderful home for us and for you, and we'll be able to break down how the sectionals are looking. And then, as we've broken down, we have four sectional games on the Indiana SRN family of networks. Mooresville hosting Beech Grove, Shenandoah and Madison Grant. Covenant Christian Traders Point, a grudge match.
Oh, man.
That was just 2 weeks ago. They're doing it again.
It was.
And then the one that we'll have here on the Game of the Week on the webcast, Heritage Christian and Eastern Hancock. Any final takeaways, Bill?
Not from this game, but let me give you one here.
Please.
The Silver Fox, who does our games on the Southport, him and I are big Dodger fans, and we look at the score now, top of the third. Our Dodgers are leading the Brewers 1-0. But this game tonight, what a game it was for Heritage to come in and shut Sheridan down in the second half and then score points on their side, winning this one 27-14.
You saved it in the end there, partner. So, everyone, that'll do it for us. On behalf of Deb Myers, producer Jerry Collins, cameraman Riley Thomason, statistician Caleb Collins, sideline reporter Keith Myers, color commentary from Bill Ludlow, I'm Jonathan Mathis, signing out from Heritage Christian High School.